Hello everyone, in our first video we are going to be covering everything that we know about NHL 24 so far. To begin, we may as well start off with that NHL 24 has definitely been confirmed to be coming out. There was some speculation that there wouldn't even be a game for 24, but now there is definitely a game. Now let's talk about the release date and the specific day that it may come out. And now let's go back to the last 3 releases of the NHL EA Sports game, and you'll notice a pattern. For starters, EA has already shared the month of targeted release for this game, as it'll be October, just like every other game. However, I want to go a bit farther and see exactly the date that it'll be coming out. Now, I'm going to go to the past 3 releases of the game, starting off with NHL 21, and you can see that it came out October 13th, 2020. Next, looking at NHL 22, you can see that came out October 12th, 2021. And finally, NHL 23, the game that we all love, came out October 11th, 2022. Now, let's take it to a calendar and go and try to figure out the release date of 24. Here is the 2020 calendar, and direct your attention to October. As we stated earlier, the release date of NHL 21 was on October 13th, which was a Tuesday in October, and the 3rd week of October. That was actually early access on October 13th, and on October 16th was when the actual game came out, and that was a Friday. Carrying on to 2021 and NHL 22, move your attention back to October, as we'll see on Tuesday, October 12th. That's when Early Edition came out, and then on Friday was when Standard came out. And finally, moving on to 2022, NHL 23 came out on October 11th on a Tuesday, and our later edition came out on October 14th, which was a Friday. Now that you guys have that information, we can now figure out the date that NHL 24 will be released. EA always releases the Early Edition on Tuesday, the 2nd Tuesday of October, which means that 3 days later, the actual version will come out. Now, what does this mean for NHL 24? If you look at the 2023 calendar, you'll see that the 2nd Tuesday in October is October 10th. And the Friday following that up is October 13th. And judging by that information now, I think NHL 24 beta version will be released on October 10th and the standard version released on October 13th. Now, let's talk about potential cover ideas that EA Sports may have. There are a few different routes that EA can go with. They can go with putting McDavid back on the cover, the best player in the game right now. Or an idea that Sam Designs have, which I really like. You can have a young gun cover and put Connor Bedard on the cover, obviously, and now a Chicago Blackhawk, and just signed his entry-level deal with the Hawks today. And another idea thrown out there, and the idea that I think EA will go with, was a breakout player from the 2022-23 season. It could be Jack Eichel holding the Stanley Cup, or Linus Ullmark, who ended up winning the Vezina Trophy and had a great year in net. And with that, it's really all the for sure information that we have regarding around NHL 24, but there are a few things that we can really hope for in NHL 24. The top 3 things that EA needs to add / change in NHL 24 is definitely online franchise mode. You need to bring the community together and where they can play against each other. Second, NHL needs to completely revamp or at least rebuild Be a Pro. The easiest way to put Be a Pro last year was atrocious. EA didn't even add anything to it, and it was already a terrible mode in NHL 22. Be a Pro's gameplay wasn't terrible last year, but they need to add some more immersion to it and get the fans what they want. Adding on Be a Pro is probably the most offline played game mode, and a lot of YouTubers use it as their content. And lastly, they need to add another mode into NHL 24, whether it be a ref mode or bring back Winter Classic. And with that, that's a wrap on everything that we have in NHL 24 so far. I'm sure more news will spring about NHL 24, and this channel will definitely be the ones to cover that, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe. Also, tell me what you would like to see in NHL 24.